How's it going, everybody? Tony here, our cabin in the woods, and today I'm going to talk about what had happened to us. I'm not going to talk about what happened to us, but what we found out about us surviving, prepping, what we did right, what we did wrong. But this isn't just about me. We're going to involve 3 other families that I've already talked to. Okay, I do have a cheat note for each individual. I will not name names, and I'll let you know where it pertains to me also. But, okay, everybody around here thinks the same. We all are together, we understand, but by these notes that I'm fixing to tell you, just about everybody wasn't prepared. Okay, and this is why. Sophie, I'll be over to feed you in a minute. Quiet. Okay, what I'm getting at is we just had these firestorms, which really, I mean, it did pertain to us in a way, but what happened is they cut our power off in this area. When there's a big fire, they shut your power system down. So if telephone poles fall and they're hot, they don't spark other fires. That's fine. That, it does not bother us much at all. We've all come to agreement that we got it. But this one here is the next one. It's about the tornado. The tornadoes that come around us and the damage and everything that happened to us. Okay. First thing I'm going to say is, all right, we'll go with me first. Okay. Where did we fail? We didn't fail. Okay. Now, it's not saying that we got everything right and I'm better than everybody. That's completely wrong, because there is things that I want to change, but we didn't have a failure in what we did. We survived. I think what's helped us is we lived in our camper for like 9 months here. Also, we used to travel with NASCAR, and we used to run the same generator. I think it's over 22 years old. Runs perfect. Knock on a lot of wood. I need to shut up about it because that thing works good. But I'm going to tell you something again here in a second. We knew how to survive. What we can use, what power we can use, what we need to delete. You got to remember, you're in a scenario where you want to survive because you know it's temporary. Okay, I guess that's a proper word. We can survive with what we had. We did good. I have a Troy built. It's I think it's 5,500 running watts, 8,500 or 8,300 max watts. I've had it a long time. I'm not going to talk good about it no more because it's going to break if I do. But saying that, okay, we'll continue with the generator. Every time I've used it, like now, it's in a garage, and now tomorrow I'm going to go grab it. We got a power back late last night. I'm talking late, like 11 o'clock. So now I have received, my generator's back in the garage. I'm going to go through and service it. I want to check it out. Check the oil, check the filters. I want to pull a plug, look at the plug, all that good stuff. I inspect it, tighten nuts and bolts so next time it's ready to roll. Here's where somebody failed in this group. Okay, we'll stick with me first. The other thing I want to do, I don't have the what do they call it, like a transfer switch where I plug my generator to the outside of the house and you turn one switch on, you turn the transfer switch over, and then you shut your main house off or something. There's 3 switches. I don't have that. I've kind of did mine a little different. I'm not going to tell you how I did mine because I don't want no one doing it. Mine works great, but I want it the right way. And that is, it didn't fail me. It worked perfect because I've wired the house to do this. But I'm just saying that it all worked good for me. Okay. We run generator the whole time. I'm going to say the first day we ran it 14 hours. You guys can do the math. 14 hours. I think it's 11 hours and 7 hours. Okay. And I used roughly about 13 to 14 gallons of fuel. All right. That's all I ran. That's steady running. I ran 2 freezers and the inside house refrigerator freezer, plus the well was always hooked up, so we need water whenever we needed to. Whenever it kicked on and handled it. But we knew we cannot function with the rest of the house. All right, on our house, in my fuse panel, I have it marked in black marker house to that we can survive and work. Our main bathroom, our room, I have it where one light can work. But let me throw you this in again, and another option that you can do is your outdoor garden solar lighting that you put in your gardens. You got that little, let me move that real quick so I don't blow away. There's little lights on this post, little pedestal you stab in the ground, they get solar light and they light up. Okay, I have a brand new box of them. They're in my room. Okay, if I wanted to, and they're already charged, I can take them out. I set mine in a glass jar. All right. There's when you get any kind of that has batteries in it already, you pull a little plastic wedge out and then it works. Okay, this is what I did. I took them all out of the box. I took the wedge out, put them in the yard probably about 4 months ago, and I charged every one of them. When they were done, I slid my wedge back in there again. So I can't remember. I think I've got 8 that's up in my room that are fully charged. Now, if I really, really wanted to, you guys can do the same thing. I've told each one of these guys the same thing. Buy that garden lighting. You do what I do. You put it inside a glass jar, glass cup, and like you put it in the you go to the bathroom if you want to leave it in there. Put it by your mirror, so it lights up, hits the mirror, it lights the room up. It's a dim 40-watt light, but you've got lighting where you need it. So you have that. You have a way to do it. And when you're done at night, you put it back outside, you stick it in the ground, you charge it, now you're ready to go. Those solar lights, I left 2 of them in the house on all night long, several months ago. And when I got up in the morning, they were still lit. So they last a long time. Okay. My home, I would wire it properly, is probably what I want to do, what I'll end up doing. Anywhere else I would have, did I fail? Yeah, and we've already talked about this, my wife and I, we're going to get another generator. I want to back up. This is old, and it works, starts perfect every time. Let me say no more about it. But I want to get one not real big, because I want to tell you that there is a person that's part of what I'm going to talk about. They have a bigger one. They've got a double what I have. And they were questioning me, how am I running how come I'm not running get gas all the time? I don't have that big generator. I don't want to power my whole house, so I have to AC. I mean, it is an option that you want AC, go ahead, but at this particular moment, you're using fuel to get a lot of things going. I could run my well on my pump, 20 amp break, and I ran my pump no problem. Okay, my generator's 30 amps max. Now, there is one problem. On my hot water heater, when I kicked my hot water heater on, we went almost 24 hours without needing hot water. Well, without having to put hot water. Now, I knew, because that is a 30 amp breaker, and I knew 30 amps is really maxing my generator out. And I killed all the lights in the house. I killed everything we had. Remember, just because you have a light off, if you have a coffee pot, you have an alarm clock, if you have your oven stove, that's all electrical devices. Your refrigerator, even though it's not on, it is running internally to still suck in power. So I killed everything. I flipped the switch, and that generator, it never shut down, but it was maxed. This is why I would go to the next size up generator, maybe in the area of maybe 8,000 or 9,000. I don't want the big ones, and I don't, because I'm using more fuel. They were going and getting gas every day, $50 in fuel. They had all the power in the world. Use fuel. Okay, all right. I think that's maybe about it with us. If I say more, think about it during talking, I'll let you know. Next thing is, okay, we'll go with the person that has a big generator. They pretty much are really good. Really good. Other than the generator, Being really big sucks a lot of fuel. Okay, but they brought up that when the house is built, they have that switch set up in the home to switch a generator over, but that switch, their cord, puts their generator sticking barely out of the garage. And they said when the wind would blow, they would smell the exhaust. So that is a fail, not a failure because it worked. That is something that they are going to fix. I always told them, why spend no more money on another box and switch? Just get a longer cord. It may be the same amount of money, and you can put that generator outside. Well, they said, well, we put the generator outside. Oh, the wind's blowing my little note away. If it rains, and it rained all weekend, every day, all day long. And they're right. They didn't want to put the generator in the rain all day. Well, this is back to me now. I will put a picture of it in here now. And I built that, and that fits over my generator. The bottom back, I left open like the first foot, so all the air can go under it, and that one side's wide open. So it gets air, but it's covered. I learned this at NASCAR. When you're at NASCAR, it made a lot of noise. Everybody had them. Everybody said, hey, build a box, put it around it, blah, blah, blah. All right, there you go. I've had that box for about 8 years. And my other one lasted about 15 years. It just finally rotted. The boxes, wooden boxes, you can build, put them on top of your generator. You can remove them when you need to fuel up, put them back, and you cover your generator, no water, nothing hits them. It gets plenty of air. You've seen it. Okay. So basically, I'm going to say that their failure was, it's not failure, what they're going to change to make it better. See, this is all about teaching everybody here and us, all of us together, how we can get better at what we want to do. It would be the generator connection. Another thing is to be able to stock more fuel on your property. And that would be pertaining to me also. But I did have 40 gallons. And I also had my Ranger that just was filled up before it was wrecked. So that's another 20 gallons of fuel. We only burned 13 gallons here. Okay. So as far as them, that would be, and they were worried about getting water. I may be mixing up. I don't think they did. I think they had plenty of water. So we'll leave that one alone. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. Okay. The next one, and I'm looking down at notes. Okay. Quite a while ago, I worked on his generator, and I told him he needed a new fuel solenoid. That's that electric solenoid on the bottom. They stick. They're no good. And I told him you got to have it. And I'm going to give you another opinion on something. This pertains to his also. His is a dual fuel, propane and gas together. Okay. I've looked in because I thought maybe me buy a dual fuel also. Okay. More and more I'm at it. I'm like, I ain't buying dual fuel. I see everybody having problems with the transfer switch. People are complaining about them that they've not used the propane part, and then when they go to the little valve that's inside there where you put your hose on is not sealing, or it doesn't allow enough propane through. I don't know. To me, I don't want that. I'm gonna, if Schneike hits the fan, I'm gonna have plenty of gas here. Yeah, everybody has these little propane bottles they can hook up. I do have a 500 gallon outside, but I do not want to waste all that fuel on running a generator that big. It's just the way I am. I want gas when I'm done running, because gas will be only to power things up. We're very brief at that point. So this person, I'm saying, he never ordered the solenoid, and he called me late at night that he had generator quit running. And it had been running for a full day. So I went over there, and this thing is pouring gas out the carburetor, just pouring gas out. Well, I went over and tapped the solenoid. I asked him, is that the new one I told him to get? He said, no, he forgot about that. Boom, you know what I mean? So today, I remind him again, did you order the solenoid? He said he's ordering a solenoid, and he's also going to order a carburetor for that unit. Well, it's available. that he can wrap up, vacuum pack it, put it up in case he needs it. Because his unit's pretty new. And I may even think the same thing with mine, buy another carburetor. To have it for $30, really, guys? If a unit quits running, which is going to bring me to the third person in a minute, and it needed a carburetor, I'll have it on the shelf. I don't. So that's something, these are things that we all need to look, what we can do, what we need to have. Okay. And also, and this pertains to everybody here, around here. I do because I use my generator a lot around my property. But everybody needs to run the generators once in a while for an hour. Let it run, let it go through the process, whatever you're going to do, and then shut it down. Me, myself, I have gotten a lot of people tell me I'm wrong. I always turn my fuel off. I run my carburetors dry. I have done that for 30, 40 years on all my lawnmower stuff. Guess what? Every one of them still work. What ends up happening is I throw rods out of them because I just finally say, and they're done. So I know everybody says you can put fuel stable in it. I get it. I don't believe in it that much. I believe in it in your gas tanks, not in carburetors. Carburetors is aluminum, and it's a softer aluminum than cars, okay? I do not believe storing gas in the carburetor of any small object at all. None. Never did. When I'm done this year, my trimmer's all upside down, fuel comes out. I will run fuel stable through it, but I drain it and I kill it. That's me, and it's worked. It's worked. I haven't trashed out I'm not going to say the word. I haven't. I just need to get another one a new one. I'm scared to say the word. Don't make me do it. Okay. The next person. I need a drink. This one's going to be, hold on. All right. This person, super good guy. Okay. He is a super big prepper. And he told me today he failed in every way he thought. Okay. He had 2 smaller generators, which kind of makes sense to me because you can't run your water pump. He's got kids. You got to have water. He didn't think of that. Or he thought the generator would run it. He's not mechanically inclined. But here's the deal. I'm mechanically, everybody has a way to do good, to help each other. It was never brought up from this person. Okay. One generator wouldn't run. The other one worked good for, I'm just going to say a day. He did tell me how long. I'll just say one day. Then it died, and he doesn't know what happened. So he had to take all his foods and everything, and they went to another house down the road. Okay. He had 2 generators, both smaller. Neither one of them would run the house. Now, I'm not saying run the house, guys. I'm saying some lamps, your refrigerator, freezer, get the pump running, your water pump. Anybody can survive on that and should be good. Got to shut an alarm off. There we go. Anybody can survive on that. Anybody. Okay. They couldn't in this simple thing. And he even told me, okay? He told me that like 5 times. He realized it. Okay. Next thing. He had a gallon and a half of fuel on his property. He had a gallon and a half worth of food on his property. My wife's sending me a message. All right, I'll get to her in a second. Maybe I better do it now. Give me a minute. We're good. Okay, no fuel. All right, he had a gallon and a half. That's nothing. I mean, that's nothing. He realized that. He told me that I won't go there again. Next thing he realized that he had no connection to connect to his house. Well, first, he ain't got the generators that connect to the house. Second, that is something that he needs to do. Next thing, water for them. he always keeps water. He had no water, those little bottles of water. He had nothing. They're gone, all empty. He never replaced them. I know we're not thinking these tornadoes. Look at all the birds go. Wow. Anyway, I mean, no one's thinking that we're going to need that now. But he forgot he needs to keep it there. So yeah, he had no fuel, no water, ran out of water. All right. Let's see here. No way to connect his generator to the house. Wrote something here that I can't read. And that he also mentioned about the covering his generator when it's raining. See, right now I know one of my people I'm talking about has this room to put his generator in. I don't. Mine would be outside, but I have a cover. The other person needs to build a cover, and so doesn't this one need to build a cover to cover everything. So what I'm getting at is, guys, if you want to make it through, I mean, we went, what did we go through? Was it 3 days, I guess you would say, with no power? We lived. We had all our freezers cold. We survived. But that's because, you know, we've learned, I think because we lived in a camper, we used the camper a lot, that use that generator. But also I do prepare to have what we need. And I think Angie relies on me to do that, and she knows I can do it. She in the morning, she was taking showers, wash her hair, use her blow dryer. We were able to do all of that. But I know when she's active that way in the morning, I have to shut the freezers down. I know what you got to do to alternate the power so she can do it. You have to learn that. And I don't think some people study that, if you understand. You know, I just don't think that there is people to understand it. I believe there's a couple of channels that we follow that completely, because they live off grid, and I think that they've got that figured out. I know I could do it. Okay, I just got a message from one of the people that I sent a picture of that cover I built, that wooden cover, and they just said it looks simple and easy to make. See, what worked for me may work for somebody else. What somebody else did may help me. So this is what we are all communicating about in this area. Okay, you guys, do not wait for a disaster to learn your failures. I used to watch a lot of prepping channels, a lot of stuff, and they used to say, practice. Shut your power off in your house and live without power for a week, or live with your generator for the weekend and see how that works for you. Okay. Well, we did that many times with our camping and everything. We figured it out. We've got it. Her and I both chime in, and we're in it. You won't veer us off because we know what we need to do. And she'll actually say, hey, I'm fixing to do this. You want me to turn this off? And so she got it. She knows. Everybody has to do that. And just prepare yourself to be able to survive temporarily, or if it becomes even worse. Now, if it becomes even worse, yeah, I can do that too. I have options already. Not going into them, but I have it. Can I get water? My well's 220 feet deep. Yeah, I can get water. That's even after I'm out of gas. Yeah, I can get water. So, just a quick thought. I know this is probably a 20-minute video. I can't tell because I shut it down once. But something for you all to think if you run into like what we did. Now, hey, guys, let me tell you something. I kind of went down where that tornado hit that power plant. There's a lot of destruction down there. The power plant took a direct hit. We have power. It's rebuilt. So we're good, but that whole area down there, I couldn't get close, but I got close enough where I can see from a distance. And I seen a picture on the internet, and it took a direct hit, the power plant. So, but this is for you guys to really think. If you're close with your neighbors, You neighbors get together. Actually, two of these that I just talked to, actually, probably all three would do it. And actually, well, two of them we all said together we would do it. The third one, it wasn't even brought up. But I know we have a little committee and talk about this stuff and learn what to do. We do have like a 6-month talking, but this is something a little different. And you need to do the same thing. Maybe kill your power for the weekend. Hey, we lost power. Fire that generator up and see how you can function, what you need to make work. Don't cut your visit short in one day. Take it to you shut things. This is me. Shut things off on Thursday night. Gives you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, late afternoon. You're back to normal, so you can go back to work Monday. But learn. Teach yourself. Teach your neighbors how we can all function better. Let me look at my note real quick, and then I'll end it. Let me make sure I don't forget nothing. Common thing with every one of these, including me, we're down to generator. Me would be to add the plug and get it back up. Backup generator would be something for me. So these three all had in common. It was all generator. Some of them were small issues about need extension cord or a longer cord so the exhaust doesn't come in. Some didn't even work. Two of them didn't even work. They died. It's generators, and this is how you find out where your failures are. You got to fail. Hey, don't ever be scared to fail. Here's a saying I've said, guys. I never say we fail because we learn not to do it again. That's just the way I am. I learn, okay, if that went wrong, I didn't fail. I just learned I ain't doing that again, and we're going to fix it. And there's some things that I do want to do here that, as far as generator would be for me. Somebody else, my other neighbor, just texted me. All right. I hope this helps you guys. I hope it makes you use your noggin a little bit, think about it, and maybe you put yourself through that scenario. I know it's hard to tell your spouse, hey, let's kill the power for the weekend. And I already know the response, what that would be. But that's the only way you're going to learn, because when you're in that scenario and it don't work, you failed. But the best thing about it is if you did it on your own, you have a chance to fix it, make it better. So when you have a real circumstance happens, you don't fail, and it involves kids, grandkids. You can kind of thrive. You can survive and thrive on power, whatever it may be. All right, guys, I'm going to end it. Hopefully this is informational. I really hope that you guys listen to this. And it was a learning experience for me, Angie, all of our neighbors. Every one of them, one learned major. Ooh, you should have heard him on the phone. He's the one I thought to be a lot more advanced than I was. Really did. And he just learned. We can help each other. Go out and help your friends get together. Let's figure out what you need to do. That's what we're going to do. All right, guys. See you later. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for commenting. I greatly appreciate it. We're just chugging along slowly and having a good time doing it. Peace to everybody. Whoop. Be safe. It's getting colder out or cooler. Stay warm. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Bye.